Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby and today I'll be showing you my Sunstressed Hoyas. So this is a video that I have always enjoyed watching on YouTube just because I have never had Sunstressed Hoyas until now. And the reason being is because, as a lot of you may know already, I have had a grow light for the last off the top of my head, I think it's about 2 to 3 months, and I've been enjoying it so much. And it was very much a trial and error thing with the grow light. So I had, I didn't know what to put on the top shelf because it was literally just like the plant would be here and the grow light would be here. So there was limited amount of plants I could have there. And I was noticing my Hoyas were doing like exceptionally well. And I kind of became like obsessed with like encouraging the growth. So the growth of the Hoyas was like just unbelievable. And then I was noticing the Sunstressing happen as well. So I got all the Hoyas I could and I could fit on this top shelf. Some of them haven't Sunstressed because they don't have the capabilities to do that, but they're stunning. And then some of them have. So I'm going to show you the ones that have Sunstressed. Some of them are, I mean, one of them in particular, I didn't like the way it looked when it was Sunstressed, so I've moved it down a shelf. So it's not as intense as it was, but the Sunstressing for that particular Hoya happened in days as well. So if you have a grow light and you really like the Sunstressing on Hoyas, then definitely give it a go. It's something that can be easily achieved at home. So the first one is one that is a really common Hoya. I think I only paid £3.50 for this. My memory is really bad. So it could have been £4, but it was really cheap. And it's this Hoya memoria. Honestly, this is such an easy Hoya to look after anyway, but I have had this, I think it was I got this for really cheap from this one guy that I always like to buy from when he does have new stock in. And it was either at the beginning of the summer last year or the end of the summer, I can't remember, but nothing had happened with it. But since I put it under the grow light, I've got all of this tendril and I've seen lots and lots of change. But I do have to say, this one has bleached. So you can see here on the leaves here, it has bleached the leaves because it is a bit too intense. But I'm kind of really enjoying, like, you see how like red and maroony the new growth is. Can you see all these little baby leaves? I really like that look. So I suppose you could say I was letting them go like that because I like them like this, which is really mean. But like, look at all this new growth here as well. This isn't a video about this, this is Sunstressed. But yeah, so these, all of the new growth is growing in like red, like deep red, still splotchy. And it's just like a really nice like color it has to it. Normally, and for the whole time I had it before that, it would be like this, which is, it's beautiful, but I suppose I got a bit bored with it. So yeah, I really like these kind of like leaves now. So yeah, that's the Hoya memoria. Yeah, it's just a really easy Hoya and it was super easy to Sunstress. So the next one is another really common Hoya. It's a Hoya australis. This came to me as a cutting, but you can see how big it is now. So I don't know if this isn't Sunstressed as such. This is the new leaves coming in a really dark color. And I have grown, I have grown this. You can see those new leaves there. They're like a really nice red. I have grown this for, it'd be a year in summer. And all the new leaves came in like green, normal. But ever since obviously having it under the grow light, they're this really nice like red color. And I just think it's beautiful. So another one that it grows super quickly under the grow light, and you can see it branches like a tendril and it grows from there, but it also kind of like grows up like a different, it's kind of got like two different like growth patterns. Can you see my little guy in there? He looks like he's died. So yeah, it's like the kind of like reddy color I absolutely love. And I enjoy it because they come in red and they come in like a dark red and then they get lighter and then they go green. This one is literally like the grow lights here. So you can see this one has kind of bleached again. So I've moved it to the other kind of like end of the grow light. sorry, I just saw something black and moving, but I think it's just my eyes. I think we're all good. So yeah, I moved this to the end of the shelf so it doesn't get like direct sunlight anymore. So it is like, it's less red as it was, but yeah, it's just another one that can handle the really direct sunlight. Again, I don't want to recommend this because I don't want you to potentially go and kill and burn your plants, but it's worked just fine for me, apart from obviously this one, which is like this close to the grow light. But yeah, it's one that seems to handle it, so I'm sure it would work just as well for other people as it did me. So this is another really common Hoya. I just thought I would get these little ones out the way first. So you guys would know I was talking about how I really wasn't into this plant anymore. It wasn't growing for me. Since it's been under the grow light, I've had so much new growth from it. And it's obviously still growing, but that's not going to do it justice. However, I'll insert a picture, but when these come in, when they're subjected to such like direct light, they come in hot pink, like a really, really, you can see it's kind of a little bit pink, but it literally came in hot pink. It was just incredible. However, it's not like the older leaves didn't do too well. You see how, again, it's bleached. I lost the leaf here because it was too close. And obviously this on the top shelf is literally touching. So this has gone down a shelf, but like I say, when it was like closer to the grow light, hot pink, beautiful color, and really, really, really beautiful when it's that color. This is the Hoya Crimson Queen, and as a subscriber actually told me, and I think I've heard Wild Fern say this recently as well, the white around the edge is insinuates that it's a queen, because obviously it would be a crown and the queen wears the crown. So that's how I'm remembering it now. So I know I've got a queen, and then I've also got a princess, because the white variegation in the middle is the princess, and that is in the living room. So yeah, that came in pretty pink, and it's beautiful. Okay, so this is my last common Hoya. I hate that word, common Hoya. So this is my last more easily accessible Hoya. This is one that I'm totally digging at the moment. Like, I love it. I bought this for £12, and at the time I was just like, that's a really good price. And it literally, like, it lived in my window until I got the grow light. So it lived in my window for 6 months. It literally put out loads of tendrils. I'll show you it in a minute, I promise. It put out loads of tendrils, and it was growing so quickly, and everyone was like, don't put it in the window because you'll burn it, it doesn't like it. And I was like, I'm just going to see how it goes, just because I liked where it was, and I kind of was running out of space. And it was fine, it was growing super quickly. I put this is on the top shelf, and it still lives on the top shelf. Like, it's really close to my grow light. I've got 7 peduncles, 2 of which are blooming already. Just look at it, it's beautiful. So this, I think this is my Hoya string of beans. I'm going to call it that because I forgot to confirm what it was, whether it's, I don't think it's a Hoya. It might be. I'll see if I can find out and put it on the screen. But yeah, so when these are, again, like subjected to like really bright light, the outsides of them go like a really like dark kind of reddy colour. Can you see? And also the new growth comes in, this is super dry. The new growth comes in like a really nice like red as well. You see how beautiful that is, that red. So yeah, it's one that I love, like the edging of them from the grow light. And it's obviously sun stressing it, but it's not as beautiful as some of the ones I'm going to show you, but it still obviously has a different impact on the look of the Hoya compared to if you were just going to leave it like away from that kind of like strong light. So yeah, that's a cute one. They come in like a really nice like maroony red, and then they kind of go like a bit green. So yeah, I just really like the edging on this one, and it's just subtle. You wouldn't necessarily think, oh, that's a Sunstressed Hoya, but I just think it's really cool. And again, with the backs of them, they will kind of go that little like splodgy reddy colour as well. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this one. I really love it. I'll show you the Hoya blooms. Well, they're soon to bloom. They're They're very, very beautiful. I'll insert some pictures because I took some photos of it this morning. And there's two, so there's 1 and 2, and they're really, really stunning. I'm so bad with this. I really need to learn how to show you things. And then this is one of the young peduncles. Can you see? It literally like comes out like that, and it's not going to focus, but it's so tiny. It's like tiny. And then obviously they grow to being like this. I'll try one more time. You see? It's very pretty. The image will show you. So yeah, that's that one, and I really love it. I love how interesting it is. I love that it's more of a unique plant because it's a mishmash in colour. And I love how fast it is at growing when it's subjected to such bright light. But again, because this is under the grow light, it needs watering all the time. Like can you hear how dry it is? It's like, it doesn't sound too good, but yeah, it's a really beautiful one and I love it. Okay, so now we're actually getting onto the less common ones, but they're not super rare, so you can easily pick these up. So this is my Hoya macrophylla pot of gold. It's not a sideways pretty plant. It's definitely one to observe from the top. Let me just drain the water. So yeah, this is my pot of gold. It's really, really pretty, like really pretty, but I don't dig the Sunstressed. So you see how like blotchy and red it is. It is stunning, don't get me wrong, but I prefer it when it's normal like this, you see? This one's normal, but this one, it happened in like a couple of days. I decided I didn't like it, and then I just moved it away. And I mean, these roots are amazing. Can we just appreciate them? They were, can you see? Obviously you can see, but it's not focused. So this arrived to me with root rot, and like, wow, like I cut all these roots off. But yeah, I really love it. It's really beautiful, but I don't dig the Sunstressed. And I see if I can find a picture of it when it was more Sunstressed so you can just like appreciate it. But I think it's just nice the way it naturally is, which is just kind of like green edges and like white in the middle. And the pot of gold are a bit more, well, they're a bit more rarer compared to the normal macrophylla, but I didn't particularly buy it for it being that. I just bought it because that one was available to me. But yeah, that is the next one, and I have 2 more left to show you. I'm saving my best or my most favourites to last, and you'll see for obvious reasons. But this is another one I bought. I don't know how to really explain this one to you. So this arrived to me with major root rot, and the seller told me the black splotches and the colour of it was because it was Sunstressed. I asked a few people that understood Hoya and knew this plant well on Facebook, and they were like, there's absolutely something wrong with it. Check the roots out. The seller was saying, don't check the roots out because you'll disturb it. And he has loads of rare Hoya. He's from eBay. He's not from eBay, but I found him on eBay. And I just checked the roots out and they were just crappy. So this was a full plant. This, honestly, it's just sad. But anyway, so this is really subtle, this Sunstressing, by the way. This is a Hoya, let me get comfy. I should have done this before. This is a Hoya Sumatra. It's a Hoya Sumatra something. I'll put the name on the screen. But this is normally like just green with white, like kind of like splotches and speckles on it. But can you see how it looks like a bit like a rusty, reddy colour? That is the Sunstressing. So this one here, that arrived to me like that. I can't confirm if that is Sunstressed or if that is just sick and dead. And this one, you see? Again, the other ones that haven't made it and are in a bin, they were yellow with black dots. So this again lives really, really close to the grow light. So I can't confirm if that is Sunstressed, you know? Do you get what I'm saying? But this one definitely is, because that is healthy. And it was all green, and now it's kind of like a reddy kind of dark mauvey brown. It's just a different colour. So yeah, a quick backstory, I rooted these up in water really successfully, really quickly, and now I potted them up together. That's it. That is literally the story. I really like them. I think I'm keeping these for just almost like a wet stick situation. I expect new growth to come out of there somewhere. This like tendril is like super woody, but I've been told that that's normal for older Hoya. So yeah, I think it's going to be a long process with this one, but I don't mind. It's kind of weird and interesting. But yeah, there's that one. And this one, I'm obviously conscious I'm super close to the camera now, but this one is my Hoya moreliae. I think that's it. I got this. Look how pretty it is. I got this off Facebook. I was obviously feeling Hoya because these were like 4 of these were bought within 2 days of each other. But look at this one. Look at this leaf. It's so pretty. Focus. I think I'm just so used to I always film on my iPhone, but I'm so used to the pictures being so brilliant that I'm expecting the video to be like that. Maybe it will never focus on me. But yeah, I love this, and I'll insert a picture of it when I got it, and it was like predominantly green. But the picture I'm inserting somewhere on the screen, this was, I don't know how to explain it. I think this top leaf was starting to go sunstressed after literally a day under the grow light. It was all green when I got it. So it happened really quickly, but it did take a while for the bottom leaves to kind of hit the sun stressing level. And I'm also getting like new growth there as well. It's so exciting. I love my grow light. I don't think I say it enough. I think I say it a lot, but not enough. So yeah, there's that one. And I just think it's stunning. I love it. And I remember buying this, like she showed a picture of it, and it was £15, and I was obviously the first one to say, oh, I'll take it. And there was a few people after, and then when it arrived in the post, it was like a lot smaller than I thought, and I was just like, oh my god, it's tiny, as if I paid £15 for that. But now looking at it, I'm really pleased with it. Like, I'm really, really pleased with it. I think it's stunning. So yeah, the trouble now is, I always said I'd use my grow light just for the winter, but I think I'm gonna have to deal with it all year round, because I'm just addicted to how quick my plants will grow on it. Another one that's not appreciated so much from the side. But yeah, and that is it. That is all of my Sunstressed Hoya. Some of them subtle, some of them beautiful, but I'm really into it at the moment. I'm really into Hoya. And I don't know if anyone saw my vlog. It's weird to say that my vlog, but I showed you how on eBay I'll just kind of put in Hoya by ending soonest, and sometimes put like a price filter in there, and I'll just look for like Hoya cuttings that are really cheap. And I've got this Hoya carnosa mint. She sold it to me at, and she put a question mark because she wasn't sure, but I paid £2.08 for that. It is so pretty. There's no such thing as a Hoya carnosa mint, but it literally is as neon as my neon pothos. Its veining is stunning. It's starting to get sunstressed around the edges. It's going a bit darker. It's not as nice as it is when it's just its normal kind of like neon green, but it's so beautiful, and that cost me £2. And I think the reason I got that so cheap is because people were like, there's no such thing as a mint. But she wasn't like trying to like fool anyone. She's saying she bought it and imported it from Thailand as a mint, but she's come to realize there's no such thing. So people just didn't bid on it, and I love it. And it's like the leaves are like this big, like it's pretty. So that's how I'm really enjoying looking for plants at the moment. And yeah, I definitely feel like I'm getting not addicted, but I'm getting like obsessed with Hoya, just because they're one of those plants where if you're not into Hoya, you think, they all look the same, and they do kind of look kind of similar, but you know, once you get into them, they're just like, you've got like small leaves, long leaves, like speckled, splash, and there's just so many different varieties. It's so fun. And the fact that there's hundreds and hundreds, maybe, don't quote me on this, but maybe thousands. I'm pretty sure Summer Rain Oaks, who I watch on YouTube, goes into the fact that there's so many species that we haven't discovered yet. I just find that so fascinating. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up if you did, thumbs down if you didn't, but I really hope you did, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.